Hi, and welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. It is animal guidance for your situation. So, a little over a week ago, I posted a similar video. It was a lot more successful than I expected it to be. And it was the same kind of idea, only involved goddess guidance, okay? So here's the deal. You guys pick the situation. It can be anything. It can be relationships, work and career. It could be, you know, a project that you have started. It could be something about your life path. It could be whatever you want. And whichever pile you pick is going to give you some guidance about that, okay? Of course, you can pick more than one pile and all of that good stuff. Alrighty, the difference is that this is going to be guidance from animals, okay? So this is animal guidance for your situation. Before I begin, I just wanted to say anything you need to know about me is going to be in the description. That includes private readings, which are going to be a lot more detailed than the public ones that I post for free, okay? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and name the piles. Pile number 1 is the white butterfly. Pile number 2 is the pink butterfly. Pile number 3 is the blue butterfly. Pile number 4 is the red butterfly. Pile number 5 is the purple butterfly. And pile number 6 is the green butterfly. So while you guys are picking your pile, I do want to say that I am going to do another one of these again, and it's going to have a different theme, so I did want to kind of mention that so you guys can look forward to that if you do like this style of reading. And I also wanted to say, again, thank you guys so much for all the support you've shown. It really helps me know that I'm doing a positive thing, and I just can't thank you guys enough for you know, all of the likes and subscribes and the comments and just all the support you guys show for me. Seriously, I really appreciate it. All right, so if you have not picked your pile yet, go ahead and pause the video right now. Otherwise, we're going to start with pile number 1. All right. Okay, as always, I'm going to move these around so that I will be able to have enough room to look at every pile, or every card. Okay. All right, hi pile number 1. Those of you who picked the white butterfly, we have goldfish, a perched bird, and a lion. Oh, look at this. We also have the lion spirit again. Okay, we've got the hummingbird spirit and the dragonfly. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the tea leaf cards, all right? And we'll see what they say. With goldfish, it says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth, okay? So there's something about your situation that has a lot of potential to grow, okay? And obviously the material wealth would go with a work situation, a career situation, that kind of thing. And obviously a spiritual question would go with spiritual guidance, right? But those of you who are asking about anything else, it's that you are being spiritually led to continue on in this path. So, for example, if this is a relationship, this is kind of a relationship that's divine in some way, okay? So that's what that means. We also have the perched bird is waiting for something. They're waiting for usually some kind of message, some kind of news, okay? So that's where you're supposed to be. Somebody needs to talk to you about this whole situation. Unfortunately, you're not the one that should reach out first. The other person's going to, okay? Regardless of your situation, the other person is supposed to be reaching out first, okay? However, the lion does say it's time to act. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's time to communicate. This means you need to take action in something. If there's something that's been holding you back and you feel like, you know, maybe you should do this thing, you know, there is something that you can do to help this situation along. You've been kind of on the fence about, it's time to act with that, okay? Regardless of the news or the communication that you're looking for, okay? This this lion spirit's also talking about being generous, okay? When you have a lion, gosh, they stand for so many different things. Think about how many crests have them throughout the years, and think about how they're considered like the kings. They sometimes represent religious figures. This could be something as simple as you need to see The Lion King 2019. You know, for those of you who are watching later on, it's 2019 right now. It could be a lot of things, but I do feel like what is actually written on the card is the guidance for you, okay? I don't feel like I'm supposed to interpret these in any other way, okay? The hummingbird spirits, just be aware of what's going on around you. I know that might seem like obvious, but so many people kind of get lost in their head about something when they're really thinking hard about it and they're really attached to it and they really want it to happen, that kind of thing. They'll get lost in their head, and they'll it's almost like they're trying to think through every single possibility because they, you know, and kind of overanalyze the situation and all of that. And I'm not passing any judgment because that's what I do. But every so often I have to remind myself to, you know, slow down and look at what is actually the situation. Because that's the only thing I really have to work with is the actuality of the situation. So the dragonfly spirit, I say for last because it's a little bit more abstract. This is talking about manifesting, okay? Manifestation, and you know, kind of like the power of positive thinking, but it kind of takes it a little bit of a step further. This is embracing transformation, okay? But it's like moving forward while also letting go of the past, okay? Because and in some cases it's like you're just ready for something and you start thinking about it and you're like, gosh, I'd really like a guy, you know, or a girl, you know, with brown eyes, who's in this kind of field, who's got this kind of temperament, this kind of personality, and then that person kind of happens to fall in your lap, right? At least it works for some people. But with this, you know, it's not just talking about manifesting somebody or something or you know, your goal from nothing. It's talking about manifesting while also pushing away the stuff that you don't need. And it's like the law of attraction. In that when you get rid of the stuff that just doesn't serve you in this situation, it pulls that stuff that does serve you into, you know, towards you. And then you're able to have more resources, like with the goldfish here, to make that a reality, okay? The same thing, you know, at the same time with the dragonfly, it's also talking about knowing that you have the ability to transform a situation yourself too. That power is within you. And I mean, when you've got two lions coming up in one reading, I mean, yeah, you're a pretty powerful person. You've got to be if you're being represented by lions, you know. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of scared of them. So, yeah, but really, you guys got this. It looks like it's going to be just fine. Just understand there might be a little bit of tension here between kind of wanting to wait for somebody to give you feedback or wait for somebody to communicate with you, and also recognizing that this is a time to take action, okay? And unfortunately, I do feel intuitively led to say this might have something to do with leaving a relationship that's not serving you. I don't think it's that for most of you, but I do think for some of you that's the overall message that should apply here, you know. But in general, this is very positive. You know, this is about bringing into your life what you need and what you want. It's about kind of being very aware of the situation, and it's about growing. So you guys are fine. All right, hi, those of you who picked the second pile, the pink butterfly. Okay, so we've got the fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, we have the unicorn. Use your intuition to make a beneficial change. And we have the tiger. Do something risky. Take a chance. Okay. We have coyote spirit. Trust in divine detours. And cat spirit. Claim your independence. Oh my goodness. And owl magic. Okay. Owl magic is kind of an interesting thing. It's also about trusting your intuition, but it's like trust your intuition as it's fed to you by the knowledge you already know. Choose to know the truth because you can, and open your inner vision because you can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Okay, so the owl spirit is kind of like applying that knowledge, and you know, and I've heard it said many times, although I wish I knew who said it, if somebody said it officially, just that wisdom is the application of knowledge, right? Because you can know whether or not you should or shouldn't do something, but it's only if you actually make the wise choice that you're actually turning that knowledge into wisdom, right? I feel like the owl magic is very close to the unicorn, okay? When we're talking about these two animals kind of working together or both having a force in your life, because this is like, you already know, you know, and like I know knowledge is more like tactile, you know, and then the unicorn's like, use your intuition, you know, use what you already know. So some of the knowledge that we have that we can get from our minds, basically, we can deduce, you know, we can say, okay, 3 plus 4 is 7, and I know that, and then intuitively, you know, or, well, okay, and then logically I can deduce that because 3 plus 4 is 7, then 7 minus 4 would be 3. Okay, like nobody tells you that, but if you're the kind of person that can kind of think around math, you'll come to that conclusion. Okay, the unicorn's more like the unicorn's more like, I don't know why, but I just think that that the I don't know, the room number that we stayed in last time we were at this hotel was room number 7. You know, it's like this, it's like you should know it, but you don't really know for certain, but you have this intuition, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so like they work together, they both involve knowledge. It's just how is that knowledge come by? Is it really concrete, or is it kind of this really abstract type thing? Okay, so I think that these are the focuses as far as like, you guys are going to manifest something in this situation. In your situation, you're making things happen. Trust yourself. Trust that you can do this. You've been cautious enough. You've been very cautious about this, especially in, I know it says especially in business, but especially when it comes to getting your resources up for this, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be a work or career or financial decision. It could be something else. It could just be kind of storing up your energy so that maybe you could run a marathon. Maybe that's what you're asking, like, can I make it? You know, or whatever. It's just, you've been shrewd. You can apply your own knowledge and intuition. You know, it's okay if you take a chance, if you take a risk, okay? Because you already know that you're a solid person. It's okay to be independent too. It's okay to be a little bit different from the norm, even if the norm is talking about your own norm, okay? And this is also talking about just trust that when something gets in your way, okay? As you're going through this particular situation, if something gets in your way, if plans fall through, if something's not working and you're just trying to push them together to make the puzzle pieces fit and they're just not fitting, right? Trust that, okay? I mean, I love the message of this. Trust in divine detours, okay? If you are in a situation where it's like you keep trying to make something happen, but it doesn't work, and it's like kind of nudging you towards another idea, explore it, you know, just for the fun of it. I'm not even saying that that's where you're going to end up. I'm just saying that that's worth exploring, especially if it happens multiple times. And that's true in a lot of areas of life, not just this particular situation. So that's something that you guys can kind of take with you and apply in other areas when you experience this kind of like, gosh, why do I keep running up against a brick wall with this, you know? So yeah, I mean, but in general, this situation, you guys can do it if you take charge. If you're okay with taking a little bit of risks, and if you're okay with going a little bit with your intuition rather than maybe cold hard facts and stuff like that, you know. Although it is important to bring that knowledge and turn it into wisdom as well. So you guys have a lot of really good stuff going on for you in this situation. It's basically about whether or not you decide to make it happen, okay? Alrighty, guys. Okay, hi, pile number 3. Those of you who picked the blue butterfly. We have we have a dog far away, which indicates a distant friend is thinking of you. Dogs represent loyalty and friendship and all of that kind of thing, so that's why that represents that, okay? We've got owl, good advice from a wise person. Might be your friend, might be somebody else. We've got fly, a period of ill health or depression. You might, in this particular situation, there might be something that's really let you down, or that's really gone in a way that you really didn't expect, and it's disappointing, right? But I don't feel like this is going to stick around. Some of you guys probably have already gone through it, because it's like, you should know what this is, okay? And if you've gone through it once, then you're done. You're not going to go through it again. But understand that in this particular situation, it can't necessarily all go smoothly. But you can rely on advice from other people, and you can rely on a friend, or this might be a person that's involved with this situation, somebody who's distant, but they're thinking about you, okay? That could be physical distance, or just distance of minds, distance of hearts, you know. It could be somebody who just hasn't been communicating a whole lot, that lives next door to you, or it could be somebody who you've talked to for hours and hours a day who lives across the world from you, right? We do have dove spirit. I like how it says be peace instead of be peaceful. I like that. Be calm. Try to spread peace to all the people that you interact with, okay? Because the more that you push that out and give that, the more it'll be kind of coming back to you. We also have the white raven spirit, trust in magic. Now, whenever I see a card that's mentioning magic, okay, it kind of makes me a little bit frustrated, but it also kind of makes me feel a little bit like laughing and giggling, because it's so frustrating when you don't know what that means. You know, now those of you who practice Wicca or practice any kind of craft, okay, are going to probably know what that means, and, you know, whatever. It's not a big deal, you know. What this means is just trust that you can manifest what you want. Trust in creative endeavor. Trust that you can create this situation. It's favorable for you to kind of take a little bit of charge in this. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be active charge. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, you know, for example, if this is a love situation, go running to your person and then fall at their feet and tell them that you're in love with them. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It can still be passive action. It can still be like, okay, I'm gonna get a journal and I'm going to write positive things about the situation every day and just see what happens, that kind of thing. That's a very powerful way of manifesting, which is, you know, it's about affirmations, basically, okay? Then we have Puffin, okay? This is about partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. You also bring peace, okay? Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best result. Okay, I really feel like most of you guys that are asking about this particular situation are asking about a person who, I mean, like asking about a romantic partner, okay? And the best thing that I can say is that both of these talk about reaching out for help, okay? This is talking about a friend who's thinking about you, right? trust that the situation is going to be okay, because I really feel like things are going to work out just fine. There's this one thing here with the fly, and I don't feel like it's going to last very long at all. It's just a period. It's just a period where things aren't feeling like they're working out. Now, I do see, you know, when I see the word depression, you know, I take it really seriously, okay? First off, I happen to have major depressive disorder. It's obviously treated with medication, but I have major depressive disorder, and I also know from my background that depression is a big deal, you know, when somebody has it. So seriously, if you've gone more than like 2 to 6 weeks with a feeling of emptiness or low motivation, low energy, and all of that kind of stuff, I just want to tell you, I'm not a doctor, so I just encourage you to go seek help from somebody who is, if it's interfering with your ability to function. That's the key about this kind of stuff. If it's interfering with your ability to function, if it's preventing you from doing something that you want to do, then you need to see somebody about that. It could be something like that a blood panel could tell us about, you know, tell you about, or it could be something that you need to see a professional. Okay, I just want to kind of say that, because whenever I see depression or anything that's clinical like that, I don't know how to treat it in a way that's not serious. All right, guys. Okay, those of you who picked the 4th pile, the red butterfly, here is the guidance for your particular situation. First off, you have some protection of from a really powerful friend. It could be powerful just because you have a powerful connection. It could be somebody who the protection might just be in the form of they're going to protect you on all areas. For example, maybe they're very, very loyal, and so they'll protect your reputation, or maybe they're you know, maybe they literally will physically protect you from something. But this is just, you have in this particular situation, you have a friend that is very close to you, that is, it's like they're fiercely loyal is what I'm getting. Okay, which is interesting because we also have bat. This talks about when enemies work against you. This is talking about when people that are kind of up to no good try to meddle in your business, okay? In this particular situation, I feel like either there's one or multiple people that might not want you to succeed in this particular situation. That doesn't mean you can't succeed. It just means that some people are working their will against you, okay? We have stubborn, aggressive person. I think this really talks about you. Just stand your ground. Be like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to create. Okay. And again, we've got co-create with spirit. Okay. There's something about there's something about this situation that the universe wants to have happen. Okay. We also have buffalo spirit. This is assuring us the abundant universe will provide. What it is that you want or need from this particular situation is going to be provided for you. It might not be in the way that you expect, but you will get it, okay? And when I say that, I mean, for example, let's pretend like you're working really hard on a idea that's going to bring back to you the equivalent of $10,000, right? So you're after that $10,000. Well, maybe you'll end up getting $10,000 from a different source, but you'll still get what you want. You'll still get what you need, right? That's what I mean by that. I don't mean that you're not going to succeed necessarily. But at the same time, this co-creation with spirit, this, the universe will provide. For most of you, this is going to be what you're expecting or how you're planning, okay? We also have penguin, which is talking about authenticity, okay? Another thing about penguins is that they are animals that put a lot of, well, at least the emperor penguin puts a lot of value on family, right? They mate for life. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face a storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. So yeah, it right now is definitely the time to be yourself, because seriously, if there's anybody that's trying to bring you down in this situation, just know that by being who you are, you're already being better than they are. Because at their core, at their soul level, nobody is born wanting to hurt other people, okay? Now some of you guys might not agree with me, and I'm fine with that. That's fine. But what I'm trying to say is that we're all born with the ability to be either ourselves or be someone else, you know, and the someone else could be who our parents want us to be, who society wants us to be, who, you know, whatever, okay? And it's like you have that kind of unique ability of being really aware of who you are, which a lot of people don't have that. And that's a kind of a weird thing for me, because I didn't truly understand that until maybe my mid to late 20s. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, but some people don't know themselves. It's really weird. But you guys, you know, be yourself and your situation is going to be fine. It does look like it's a little bit more turbulent than the other piles, but you've got the universe working for you, okay? So this will happen, okay? Alrighty, guys. Okay, hi, pile 5, those of you who picked the purple butterfly. We have the ant, work, achievement, and success. We have the beetle, which is good fortune. We have the parrot. Someone might gossip about you, okay? So be careful who you share your secrets to, you know, when it comes to this particular situation. Be careful of who you talk to. Unless you want people to be spreading the word about this, okay? You've got brown bear spirit, take some time out. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. And moose, which is about wisdom, okay? Let your head and mind reach to the stars. You keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. Okay, so wisdom is pretty much about knowledge, and applying that to making wise decisions, and that's how you transform knowledge into wisdom. Okay, one thing that kind of concerns me about you guys, is that it looks like you guys are working a little bit too hard, maybe. If you're feeling stressed out, exhausted, fatigued, anything like that, take some time out for yourself, okay? If you're not feeling that way, great, but how about plan some time for you to kind of take some time off too? That way you'll be, you're pacing, you're not going to get burned out on this, and you're not going to get to that point where it's like this consumes you, because I do feel like for you guys, your particular situation is something that can really it's like when you're doing this, when you're involved with whatever it is that you're doing, it can completely eclipse everything else in your life, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Maybe you really enjoy it, maybe it's something that is really important to you, or whatever, you know. I'm not judging that. What I'm saying is that if you don't take some time out, then you don't get a rest from that intensity. And that amount of intensity is going to stress you out. You can make this happen, okay? You can absolutely make this happen. And you know, you've got two cards here that's talking about good fortune, achievement, and success. It's great. It's great. Just be aware of who you talk to. In this particular situation, because I feel like some of the people that you might feel like talking to might just kind of just turn around and tell somebody else about it, unless you're trying to like advertise for a product or something like that, and that way you can get your idea across, but make sure it's like protected or copyrighted in some way, you know, before you do that as well. Alright guys, so yeah, I mean, it looks like you're gonna be fine with the good fortune, everything. You can make this happen. You might want to, the only thing, like, you might want to take some time out because working really hard. You know, the people, yeah, there might be somebody that would be spreading secrets about you if you tell them too much, but you do have that wisdom to proceed forward with this, okay? Hi, those of you who picked pile number 6, the green butterfly, here is your wisdom for this situation, okay? So we've got mice. We've got discord among friends or family. So I think that you probably already know that there's something about your situation that some of your friends or family might not agree with, that they might not really like about the situation, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. We also have a rooster. This is somebody typically you shouldn't cross, okay? Because they're just, this would be like a very, very difficult person, okay? But something else that it could be is a person that is actually part of the situation who just happens to be kind of cocky, kind of full of themselves, kind of boastful, real confident, that kind of person. So I do want to acknowledge that this can be read both ways, okay? We have a flying bird. So you are going to get some news about this situation too. You're going to get some communication, regardless of what time you watch this, whether it's the day it goes up or 3 weeks later or 3 years later. I'm going to put this at like within, golly, I want to say within a week, but let me just be a little bit more cautious and say within 2 weeks, okay? So we've got squirrel spirit. This is just talking about, believe in yourself, okay? Believe that this can happen. We've got bee spirit. Sweet results await, okay? And then we have the grizzly bear. This is about power. This card, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I will succeed. So yeah, believe in yourself. Understand that positive results await and that you will succeed. Yeah, I mean, this is great. Just be aware of something, your friends or your family might not completely understand the situation, okay? You will be successful in this situation. Also, again, you're going to get some communication about this too, okay? If this person happens to be a positive force for whatever reason in this situation, because I can see some situations where it could be, right? Just be aware of this person's tendency towards that kind of arrogance, or towards that kind of bravado, maybe, because that could end up that could end up being a little bit difficult for you in the long run. So just be aware that, that really is okay for you. If this happens to be a person that basically is needed in this situation. For example, let's say that you're in a work situation and this person's the person that's going to sell the idea, right? This person being, real confident and, and really, really full of themselves, really, that actually might be a good thing, for selling a product. Or maybe this is a person that you're in love with, you really like that person because they're so confident and all of that. But at the same time, do understand you are going to have to be in this situation with this person, for a long period of time because this is going to work out. So just make sure you're really sure that that's what you want. Okay. So I just feel like that's important for me to point out. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of my video. Really appreciate all of your feedback and support, and every new subscriber. I'm just so excited about it. Just wanted to tell you how much I really appreciate you, and wanted to let you know that if you would like a more detailed reading with me, you can always order from my site, which is in the description below. If you need to reach out to me, go ahead and send me an email. And if you want to give me an idea for a pick a card reading, go ahead and leave that either in the comments or you can email. All right? Thank you, and I'll see you at my next reading.